Hey, I just heard from my mother. She's asking if we're going to spend Christmas this year at their place or not. We both really need to be there this year.
Actually, my younger sister, Abby, and her new husband are gonna be at my folks' place this year. So I'm thinking I wanna spend the holidays with them there this year.
You go to your own folks' place every year. It's time for a change.
Yeah, so do you. Every year, you're with your own family, and I'm with mine.
Of course. Why wouldn't I be? I worry about my mom and her health. That's why I always want to spend the holidays there with her. What's wrong with that?
Your mom is as healthy as a horse. You worry too much. I mean, she does all the housework in that big place all by herself.
Maybe so, but she is getting old. She's not going to be like this forever. It's just reality. At her age, you never know what could happen. Everyone gets old.
Well, I can say the same thing about my mom. She's getting older, just like yours is.
Yeah, but you haven't come to my folks' place for the holidays even once since we got married. It looks bad.
That's because we agreed before that that's how we would do things for the holidays. Remember?
But you haven't spent the holidays with my family even once. Not even once. Why don't you come and spend them there with me? Just this one time.
Are you saying you don't want to spend the holidays separately this year like we always do?
No, definitely not. It's time for a change. You not coming back with me for the holidays has already caused rumors in my family. Everyone is wondering what the problem is.
Yeah, I get that. But as I said, my sister and her husband are going to be at my folks this year, and I want to see them. Surely you can understand that.
If you want to see those two, you can meet up anytime. All you have to do is give them a call and go see them. It doesn't have to be on Christmas.
But they live far away, and Christmas is usually the only time of year they come this way, and I have a chance to see them. It's been a few years now, and I don't want to miss this chance.
Let me explain something to you. I am the eldest son in my family, and you're my wife. So, my folks have certain expectations of you, and so do I.
Yeah, I know all that. Don't forget, I'm the oldest child in my family, too. It cuts both ways.
At any rate, it just looks bad that you never come back with me for the holidays. I don't like being embarrassed. I've made excuses and covered for you every year, but this year I need you to go back home with me for Christmas.
I appreciate you doing that for me with them every year, of course. I don't want to be a problem for you.
Great. Then it's settled. You'll go home with me for the holidays this year. All the couples in the family are supposed to be there this time around. It's been agreed upon by everyone.
Okay, but it's only June, and there are still 6 months until the holidays. What's the rush to make plans so early? Is there special going on this year?
I have no idea. I just know that my mom is making a big deal about having you there this year. Every year is different, so who knows what this year will be like. I just want to get things in order and agreed upon early this year, so we don't have to scramble to make plans in December or something like that.
Okay, but like I said, it's just that my sister Abby got married this year. This is the first time I'd be able to spend Christmas with her and her new husband, whom I haven't met yet. It's kind of a shame, really. I was looking forward to seeing her and meeting him.
Wait. They're going to be there for a few days, right?
I don't know. I haven't heard schedule details yet. It's too early for that.
When you find that out, you can make plans to meet up with them there after Christmas if they're still around.
Yeah, that's all still months away, so once we get closer to the holidays, I'll think about it and we can make travel plans. Is that it? I still have work to do, and I want to get out of the office at a reasonable hour today.
Actually, I do have one more thing to talk to you about. My mom sent us some sweets yesterday, she says.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I think that's the first time she's ever sent us anything like that.
Yeah, I guess her friend was trying to teach her how to make them, so she tried it out for the first time. Mom's a great cook, but she's never been very good at making dessert stuff, So she always would buy that stuff instead of making it.
I didn't know that about her.
Yeah, well, you still haven't tasted Mom's cooking much, so you don't know how good it is. You'll get a taste soon enough.
Yeah, I really haven't. Come to think of it, that's because your folks' place is far away, and we haven't been to visit together much.
Yeah, if we'd been back together to visit more often, your own cooking might be better than it is. You gotta follow and learn from Mom's example. Let her be your inspiration in the kitchen.
Oh, come on. Why do you have to say that to me? It's just so insensitive. I work a lot just like you do. I do the best I can with everything I do all the time.
Well, I'm sorry to say it, but you need to do better than that. You said you'd stay on top of the housework, remember? That was the agreement when we got married. You would work and you would take care of stuff at home.
I do the housework. You should know this. But if you do like the way I'm doing it, then maybe you should do it yourself, or at least help me with it sometimes.
I'm not into housework, thanks. It's not my job as the man of the house.
Well, it's the 21st century, honey. Time to get into it and get with the times. I don't know if you're aware, but men actually do housework these days.
Yeah, no, that's not my job. It's yours. In my family, the men bring home the paychecks and the women do the cooking and cleaning. That's the natural order of things.
I don't see why helping me a little with the housework would mess up your precious family tradition.
I repeat, I don't do housework. End of conversation.
Okay. You win. Anyway, I still have work to do, so...
Wait until I say we're through.
Fine, what else? Let's make this quick, please. I really do have a lot of work to do.
When you get home tonight, check if we had any packages delivered today. There's supposed to be some perishable stuff from Mom that they tried to deliver and couldn't leave on the doorstep. So there should be a notice of missed delivery in the mailbox.
Okay, I'll have a look when I get home.
I'll be home at the usual time, around 8:00.
Okay, see you then.
I told Mom thanks for the sweets. She sends her regards, of course.
Oh, thanks for that. Please tell her the same from me next time you two talk.
She says she'll send more if we like them.
I think that's enough, don't you? I mean, you were saying that they weren't very tasty, right?
Yeah, they were a little... I'm not sure what the right word is. I don't know what happened there. Usually, everything Mom makes is awesome.
Maybe the stuff got a little spoiled during transit. I mean, it was sent by regular shipping, but maybe it should have been sent packed in dry ice or something like that.
You think it's because of the shipping? I guess that might be the reason. I wonder why it wasn't shipped like that. I mean, packed in dry ice.
Maybe your mom didn't know she could ship stuff that way. She probably doesn't do that very often.
Yeah, you might be right. She just didn't know. Mom's kind of an airhead like that about certain things sometimes. I've always thought that was something cute about her.
It's a little weird to call your mom cute, isn't it? It seems like there must be a better word than that.
What? Why? If someone's cute, I call them cute. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying. So, what else did you guys talk about? Let me guess.
Yeah, she brought up the holidays again. And she asked me again if you were coming, of course.
And you told her I'll be there this year, right?
I did, and she sounded pretty happy about it.
Well, it does sound like she really wants me to be there. So, that's good. Is it gonna be a big gathering this year? I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, it'll mostly be on Christmas Day and after that. Not Christmas Eve. There'll be a ton of people coming and going, bringing gifts and food and whatnot.
I see. Sounds like fun. And I suppose there'll probably be a bunch of people that I'll be meeting for the first time.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Let me know if I should have gifts for anybody special. I can get some and have them sent ahead of us if we need to.
Okay. I'll ask Mom about that. Oh, also, I'm stuck at the office late today, so I'll eat dinner out. No need to cook anything.
Oh, really? I'm stuck doing overtime myself today too, so that'll work out fine.
You're doing overtime too?
Yeah, it looks that way right now.
Okay, see you at home later then.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work. See you later.
I just heard from Mom about the holiday schedule for everything. If possible, she wants us to get there in the afternoon on Christmas Eve day.
That means we have to get on the road pretty early that day.
Yeah, we need to be on the road by 8, at the latest. The traffic is going to be heavy for sure. I know that from personal experience.
Is the route to their place usually like that? When I drive home this time of year, heavy traffic usually isn't a problem for me.
Yeah, that's probably because your folks' place is still kind of in the city and they live near the freeway. So you don't have to fight traffic after you take their nearest exit. My folks are way out in the countryside and it's all freeway and highway congestion all the way there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and there are tons of people who wait until the last minute to go home too. They all want to leave and get there on Christmas Eve day. There are never many trucks on the road, but there are lots of cars with people driving like idiots, trying to get home in time for Santiago. And the later it gets, the more people are in a hurry to get to where they're going. And everyone is going the same direction.
That sounds stressful. Well, I have to work until the 23rd as usual. I don't know when I'm gonna get the housework done. I want us to come back to a clean place from our trip. I'll just try to do it a little at a time before I go, I guess. That's the best I can do.
You work until the 23rd?
Yeah, just like every year. I always work until the 23rd. You know that. Your company lets you out earlier than mine does. And you always go back to your folks' place before I do. So you just don't know about my schedule because you're always already gone before my first day off.
It's really too bad that they always make you work right up until Christmas like that. Working at a sweatshop is no fun, huh?
Meh, is what it is. I'm used to it by now.
Yeah, that's the right attitude. You just have to adjust, I guess. I mean, you really don't have much chance of getting anything better than that job anyway. You're probably always companies like that one.
No, it's really not such a bad company. It's just that our business always gets busy around the holidays, so they need everyone to be there as late as they can. Otherwise, it's a good company.
Really? It sure doesn't seem like it to me.
Anyway, when am I gonna get all this cleaning done at home this year? Usually, I do it bit by bit after you've gone to see your folks, and I'm alone before I go to see mine.
Yeah, that won't be possible this year, but get it done, okay? I know you'll find a way.
This year, we're both going on the 24th, right? If we're both gonna leave on the same day, why don't you help me with the housework before we go? It'll get done a lot faster if we do it together.
I told you before, didn't I? I don't do housework. You know this.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. I wasn't expecting you to agree to help out, but it's still a bit shocking to actually hear you say that.
Well, if you have to work through the 23rd, maybe I'll go ahead, one day ahead of you, and you can get it done then.
We only have one car. How is that supposed to work? How am I supposed to get there if you take the car and go without me?
You can come later on the train. I've done that before, many times. Just work according to your schedule and get the housework done however you need to do it. There's no need for us to go together if it gets in the way of you getting your stuff done.
How long is the train ride there? It must take a while.
About 4 hours, I'd say. Not that long. About 4 hours, I'd say. It's faster than driving, especially with the holiday traffic.
That'd be okay. Well, I guess if there's no other way, but I feel like it's gonna cost a lot of money too.
Or you could fly. That's another option, which is cheaper, flying or taking the train.
I'm pretty sure the train is cheaper, but I'd have to check to make sure. Yeah, I just checked, and the train is definitely cheaper than flying and faster than driving, so that's what I'll do. You'll pick me up at the station near your parents' place, right?
Nah, that's a real hassle and not really worth the trouble. Just take a taxi to my folks' place. There'll be some at the station for sure.
That's gonna cost even more money.
But I can't pick you up. That's the only option. Unless you want to walk, and that's because I'm going to be drinking all day. That's what we always do when I'm there. So don't depend on me for a ride from the station, okay? Safety first.
Okay, I got it. I'll just take a taxi, I guess.
Okay then. I'll let Mom know I'm coming ahead of you and that you'll be there on the 24th.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it, I guess.
It'll be great to eat Mom's home cooking and relax for a little while. Maybe I'll even take her out shopping or something. She'll like that.
Shopping? Watch out. Next thing you know, you'll be doing housework.
Not a chance. All I'll do is drive her there and wait for her.
Really? You won't even just push her cart for her while she does her shopping?
Nope. You should know by now that I don't do that kind of embarrassing stuff.
Yeah, I really don't get what constitutes something embarrassing for you, but whatever.
Embarrassing is people thinking me and Mom are together like a couple, you know.
Did I just hear you right? So that's what's embarrassing and not the housework itself?
Look, Mom is my ideal woman, okay? She's who I compare all other women to, but it's embarrassing to think about people mistaking us for a married couple. I just can't stomach that.
Okay, if you say so. I get that you love your mom, but...
What? Do you have a problem with that? Speak up.
No, not really. No problem here.
Okay, I'm gonna give her a call then. I can't wait for Christmas. This is gonna be great.
Okay. Tell her hello for me too. I'm here at the station. I just got off the train. That was a long ride.
Oh, you're here? Welcome.
I don't see any taxis here at the station though.
I'm sure one will be along shortly. Just be patient.
You mean I don't need to call one? It's really deserted here. I don't see any queue or anywhere to wait for a taxi.
There'll be one along soon. Probably.
You really can't come pick me up? It's cold.
No, can do. I've been drinking all day as usual. I told you safety first, didn't I?
Yeah, you better just stay there then. Don't drink and drive on my account.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, Mom wants you to check for us. If the liquor store right across from the station is open, If they are, we want you to order a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label for the four of us to all drink together tonight. It's really expensive, but it's totally worth it. We're regular customers, so they'll deliver it to us.
Liquor delivery? Okay. What time do you want it delivered?
Around 7 p.m. is good. Yeah, that should be perfect. If they're not open, just let us know and we'll figure something else out.
Okay. Are they the only liquor store around here?
Yeah, it's called Village Spirits. You can't miss it.
Yep, I see it. Their lights are on, and so is the open sign. What's the address for delivery?
No need for that. Just tell them our name and they'll know where it needs to go. Like I said, we're regulars.
Okay, I see. Johnny Walker Blue Label, huh? That's not cheap whiskey at all, you know?
Hey, it's a special occasion. Just pay them for it and we'll pay you back later. You have money, right?
Yeah, I can take care of it. So, 1 bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label to be delivered tonight by 7 p.m., right?
Thanks. You're the best. Hey, where are you? Where are you? Answer your phone.
What do you want?
Don't take that tone with me. What gives? Where have you disappeared to all of a sudden?
I haven't disappeared. I've had enough and I'm going home. And I'm on the train right now, so it's not really a good time to talk.
Why are you on a train going home? You need to explain to me what's going on.
Fine. First, you tell me. Your family is 4 people, right? Your parents, your brother, and you, right?
That's right. Why?
Yeah, I thought something was weird and I was right.
What's weird about it? It's correct. This isn't new information.
I thought when you said all 4 of us will drink the Johnny Walker together, that meant you, me, and your parents, and that your brother wouldn't be there. In other words, I thought I was one of the 4 people who would drink that whiskey.
Oh, I see now. Sorry, you got disappointed.
No, it's really not a laughing matter. I mean, the bottle got delivered and you 4 broke out the glasses and just started drinking without even offering me any at all. Where was my glass? My mother taught me to have some manners, so I bit my tongue and just kept drinking my water. Then your mom finally offered me the last tiny bit that was left in the bottle after you all had had your fill.
Oh, that's just her way of welcoming you. Don't get so upset. Think of it as an initiation.
That's a really creative explanation for some really poor behavior. You asked me to order that whiskey for you, and not only did I do that, but I also paid my own money for that whiskey, almost $200. You also said I'd be paid back for that. Well, where's my money? It must be in the same place where my whiskey glass was.
I'm sure Mom intends to pay you back. She just didn't get to it yet. She knows you work and you have your own money, so she didn't think it'd be a big deal, I'm sure. Just think of it as your Christmas gift to her and the family.
Oh, really? You're the one who was supposed to be handling the gifts. Remember?
That's enough already. Pipe down. Just give it a rest and get back here right now.
No, I don't think so. That's not going to happen. I'm not going back there. Not tonight and not ever again. And by the way, I heard the dirty little secret about those sweets your mom so kindly made for us before, too.
You mean the ones that ended up not being very good? What about them?
Yes, those. I know why they weren't good, and I also know why she suddenly decided to send them to us. You see, I found out that your mom put apple in those sweets. It was one of the main ingredients, in fact.
Apple? Well, that explains a lot. I thought there was something off about whatever was in there. It didn't seem to go with the other flavors very well.
Is that all you have to say about that? Just that they tasted weird? Guess you forgot that I'm a little bit allergic to apples. You really don't remember that about me? Please tell me that you remember something that I can't eat because it makes me sick.
Yeah, your mouth gets a little itchy when you eat anything with apple in it. I remember, but you only ate a tiny bit of those sweets and threw the rest away, right? Doesn't seem like a big deal, really. You didn't get sick or anything.
Well, your mom doesn't know how bad my apple allergy is. She doesn't know if it's a major or minor allergy. All she knows is that I'm allergic to apples. She knows that, and she still put apples in. She put them in the sweets. The sweets that she just suddenly decided that she wanted to try making. And then suddenly decided that she wanted to send to us.
So what? What are you getting at?
Ugh, I guess I have to spell it out. What I'm getting at is that she put apple in those sweets so that I'd have an allergic reaction when I ate them.
You can't say that for sure. I think you're reaching a bit there. Did Mom tell you that's what she did?
She did. I heard it from her own mouth. She told me that it's a shame those sweets didn't make me so sick I had to go to the hospital. Those were her exact words.
Oh, I'm sure she was just playing with you. Stop being so stubborn and let it go already. Just come back here right now, okay? Come back right now.
No, I found myself a place to stay tonight. It's a little motel right next to a truck stop. It's right near one of the stops on this train, so that's where I'll be staying tonight.
Why are you staying at such a crappy little place?
I checked out some other places, but it's Christmas Eve and they're all booked up, of course. This place will do for tonight. It's definitely better than staying somewhere where I'm clearly not welcome or wanted.
Come on, Marsha. Quit messing around and just come back. Everyone here is worried about, Can't you see that?
Yeah, I seriously doubt that. Nobody treats people they care about the way that you all have been treating me since I got here. So you can just stop covering for them now. My eyes have been opened by tonight's events.
I'm telling you, everyone's worried about you. It's all we're talking about since you pulled your disappearing act. If you don't come back, Mom's going to be really upset with me. When she gets upset, it's really not good.
Sorry, but I'm not going back there just because you're scared of your mother. If she got down on her knees and begged for my forgiveness for the cruel games she's been playing, I might think about going back, but even then...
Like I said before, it's not cruelty. It's just her way of welcoming you to the family. You should be honored. That's how Mom shows her love. It's just her way.
Love! That's what passes for love in your family? Just... And your dad? Not a word from him. And your brother? He just sat there smiling and giggling at my situation and how upset I was.
Fine. Then what do you want from me? What do you want to do?
I don't want anything from you anymore. I've made my decision and here it is. I've decided that I have no confidence at all anymore, that I can make things work with you and your family. So, as soon as the holidays are over, I am through with all this. This was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Wait. What are you saying?
I've reached the end of my rope and I have no other choice. You have left me no choice. I want a divorce. There, I said it.
You can't be serious. This is a joke, right? Or a test. I get it. You're testing me.
No, it's not a joke or a test. It's Christmas Eve and I have no desire to play any more games with you or your family. First thing in the morning tomorrow, I'm going back and I'll dig up the divorce papers you signed before. I will sign them and send them off and get the process started. It shouldn't take long after that, as long as we can agree on the specifics of it and start a big legal battle over things.
What are you talking about? I never signed any divorce papers. You can't just send that kind of paperwork in without both parties' signatures, you know. It's basically illegal to do that.
Oh, you already forgot about those papers you signed before? We had a big argument a couple of years ago, remember? That's when you had divorce papers drawn up and signed them, trying to make a point. You really pulled out all the stops. They were very carefully prepared and even had your parents' signatures as witnesses. I remember being impressed at how thorough a job you did on them. Well, I didn't throw them out. I have them at home somewhere. You know me.
You're making way too much out of all this. Just take a breath and let's talk about it. You don't really want a divorce over those sweets and that whiskey, do you? Come on.
Oh, it's not just that. The sweets and the whiskey are just the latest in a long line of things that I've had enough of. The bottom line is that you are completely controlled by your mother, and she's a nutcase. She's certifiable, I'm telling you. That has bothered me for years, and I'm sick and tired of dealing with it. I am done. Plus, you refuse to do housework. I'm also sick and tired of that. I deserve more help than you will ever be willing to give me. So, it's time for both of us to move on.
We've been over this. Housework is a woman's job. It's not my job. It's yours.
Look, we both work. You bring home money, and so do I. You should be doing some of the housework when you're not working, just like I've been doing. All the couples I know who both work also both share in the household chores. And they do it because it's the right thing to do and they care about each other.
They're them and we're us. Stop comparing us to other couples. Don't confuse what others tell you with what's actually true and correct.
Confuse? I think I've let you confuse me long enough, Brian. Things are crystal clear to me for the first time in years. I've finally come to my senses and realized that this marriage was a mistake. A terrible mistake.
You've come to that conclusion, have you? Fine. Let's get a divorce then, Miss Crystal Clear and Independent. Since you're so dead set on this, make sure you get all your things out of our place by the time I get home in a few days. Are we clear?
Yep, crystal clear, like I said. I'll have all my things packed and be gone by the time you come back. Goodbye and good luck.
Hey! Where are you? Hey, don't ignore me.
What do you want? I thought we understood each other.
Are you still at home or what?
No, I moved out already. That's what I said I was going to do, and that's what I did.
So that means you sent the divorce papers in already?
Yes. As promised, I sent them on the 26th. Again, I am as good as my word.
You actually did it. I thought you were bluffing. I really did.
Well, I wasn't bluffing, and the papers are sent and probably already being processed. So, what do you want? I'm busy, so...
You have to come to my parents' place right away. It's urgent.
What? Why would I do that?
Mom collapsed earlier. Shh, she just fainted.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I see. That's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to ask how you can help. We have an emergency situation over here. This is not a drill.
Emergency or not, you and I aren't together anymore. It's time you accept reality.
Forget all that and get over here.
No, thank you. Sorry, but I won't be doing that.
Mom's out of commission and the house is a mess. This is a disaster. Everything's in complete shambles without her. The laundry, the dishes, the garbage. And she's the only one who can cook, so all we can do is order out. None of us can take care of any of this stuff without Mom around. We need you.
See? That's what happens when you go through life refusing to help out around the house. You all had every opportunity to learn how to do that stuff, and yet you constantly refuse to. Now you need to do that stuff, and you don't know how to do any of it.
Stop lecturing me. This is no laughing matter. I can't just go home and leave their place in this state. I need to go back to work though, so please help me get this situation under control.
Sorry to hear it. It sounds like you have a real mess on your hands.
So, you'll come help out then? Please?
Why don't you call a maid or something? That's a sensible solution. Your mom must be entitled to some kind of home care through her insurance, right? If she's having health issues, why don't you try getting help that way? A friend of mine got that kind of thing sorted out for her father recently. I remember.
Do you think we can use that benefit if she's just down with a cold?
Wait, you said she collapsed, but she actually just caught a cold?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, that's what the doctors said.
In that case, I doubt you'll be able to get help around the house for her that way.
We took her to the emergency room and they said it's just a cold. They checked everything and said it all looked fine otherwise. They ran all the tests and didn't find anything too serious, but she's really under the weather and she can't even get out of bed. She has her appetite and is eating though, so that's good, I guess.
Is she eating the same takeout food that you guys are? I hope you're ordering decent food.
Of course. There's nothing else to eat here in this house, so she's eating what we're eating. She's eating every day with no problem so far.
Then it seems like she's basically fine. Just make sure she keeps eating and drinking lots of fluids and not whiskey.
Stop joking and just come back here and help us out, for God's sake.
Hey, you should just be glad that she only caught a cold. There are far worse things going around nowadays, you know. As long as she has an appetite, she'll get better soon. So, if that's it, I gotta go. I have a lot to do today.
Don't say that, please. I'll even go pick you up, okay? I'm begging you.
You have to come and help us look after Mom.
And why is that my responsibility? You and I are finished, remember?
Come on. Women have to take care of each other, you know.
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Anyway, she's your mother, not mine. So you need to take care of her. Like you said, you're the eldest child, so you're in charge.
Hey, you're the eldest child too.
Again, you're talking meaningless nonsense. And like I said, the divorce papers are signed and sent, so you and I are finished as man and wife. How many times and how many ways do I have to tell you this before you get the picture?
Then what do you want me to do?
You're single now, and you need to take care of your own housework. I suggest that you embrace it as the learning opportunity that it is.
I'll never do housework. Never.
Your mom can show you how to do everything, I'm sure. Go ask her. Again, goodbye and good luck. Brian kept trying to get in touch with me after that, so I eventually had to block his number. I did just fine after the divorce because I had a good job. And I know how to make a budget and stick to it. I found a nice little apartment near my office, and I'm living there comfortably at the moment. As for Brian, though, I heard that he had to quit his job and go back and stay at his parents' place because he and his dad and brother just couldn't get things in order there without his mom in charge. I'm guessing that she was really happy to have her beloved son back in her house. But whether or not Brian can find another good job out there in the countryside is another issue.